tonight, losing tips but raising wages. How a Northwest Wisconsin diner went against the grain and started a new trend. Plus, it's been a decade since a Duluth school closed its doors for good. We'll take you inside to explore what the next chapter could be. And we're now less than 24 hours away from Derek Chauvin's sentencing. We'll hear from a legal expert about what to expect.
From CBS 3 Duluth, this is the CBS 3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. A new trend is being served up in the hospitality industry. Many restaurants are increasing wages and getting rid of tips. A group in Eau Claire, Wisconsin announced this week they are making this change and will raise their minimum wage to $16 an hour. CBS 3's Emma Quinn shares how one Northland restaurant made this change several years ago and how it's impacted business.
Since 2003, customers have been lining up out the door at the Delta Diner.
Cody's going to be your server today, so he's going to walk you through.
Filling up the tables, but not the tip jars at the Mason, Wisconsin restaurant.
Back in 2016, so 5 years ago, we embraced a non-restaurant model for funding our payroll and our staff.
That change in payroll meant their 24 employees getting a starting wage of $15 an hour. They made the change because they didn't believe the state's hourly wage for tipped employees was enough to live off of. Currently, that sits at $2.33.
So basically for 13 years, there was a bit of a conflict because we're about transparency. We're about making good socially conscious decisions. It's what's good for the community, what's good for our customer base, you know, what are the right things to do.
Wisconsin economic experts say this trend of increasing wages could attract more to the workforce and provide better living experiences.
Can reduce your stress level, like where the next paycheck will come, how it will come. If there's a living wage, there's less stress, productivity will go up.
Providing livable wages, but also making up for what small business owners can't provide, like health insurance benefits.
But what we can do is make sure that on a compensation level, people are being paid an amount where they at least have an opportunity to look at insurance in the open market.
Any tips the restaurant does get from customers, they donate to the community, including shelters and food banks. They've even donated money to help their frequent customers pay off medical bills. Minnesota lawmakers made more progress toward completing the next state budget today. The Senate gave unanimous final approval to a $7.3 billion transportation bill and sent it to the governor. 5 of a dozen must-pass budget bills now await Governor Tim Walz's signature. That leaves the public safety budget bill as the only remaining must-pass legislation on which lawmakers have yet to make a deal. The deadline to pass it is June 30th, or the state could face a government shutdown. The transportation bill also includes money for proposed safety improvements on a dangerous stretch of Highway 169 on the Iron Range. It's between Bovey and Pengilly. Representative Julie Sandstead is asking for $500,000 for cost estimating and preliminary engineering work. She hopes it will help make the road easier and safer to navigate. Tomorrow, the ex-Minneapolis police officer convicted of killing George Floyd will learn his punishment. A jury found Derek Chauvin guilty of murder and manslaughter in a case that sparked worldwide protests, riots, and demands for police reform. Chauvin would be facing a likely 12.5-year guideline sentence for the murder. However, the sentence will be more than that because the judge found 4 aggravating factors, which are abusing his authority, acting with particular cruelty, acting with others, and children were present during the act. A criminal defense attorney not involved with the case believes Mr. Chauvin will be going away for a long time.
I would suspect the judge is going to give him between 25 and 30 years. The prosecutor wants 30 years. The defense wants probation or something minimal. The defense's request is not realistic.
The final word at sentencing will likely be a memorable message from Judge Cahill. Whatever punishment Chauvin gets, he could get out for good behavior after serving 2/3 of his prison sentence. Minnesota law enforcement has stepped up their drone use. A new report shows 93 agencies statewide use drones to help with search and rescue efforts, investigations, and public safety. More than 1,100 flights were recorded in 2020. The report is the result of new regulations Minnesota lawmakers passed last year. And new tonight at 10, a messy situation is now under control on the range after fire broke out in a landfill. Flames at the St. Louis County landfill in Virginia were reported around 7 o'clock tonight. Several departments responded. With the use of an excavator, flames were contained to one large pile of garbage. No one was hurt. No word yet on a cause. Peter joins us now for a quick check of the weather. Much calmer night out there tonight, huh?
Yeah, much calmer night out there tonight with temperatures probably in the 50s and 60s, so cooler night as well. But it was a pretty nice day out there across the region. High temperatures climbed into the upper 70s as well as lower 80s for most of us. 81 officially on top of the hill at Duluth International, 79 in Hibbing, 79 in Grand Rapids as well as Big Fork. All 79s across the board, it looks like, as well as 78 degrees in Ashland. Satellite and radar shows right now, actually taking a look at current conditions, 66 degrees right now for us here in Duluth. We have a pretty calm night out there. Winds north out of 5 miles per hour. Current conditions across the region, most of us are sitting in the upper 50s or lower 60s. And as we head through the rest of the night, these clear skies overhead will allow temperatures to fall back between, say, 50 and 55 degrees for most, with mostly clear skies overhead. Tomorrow is shaping up to be another fairly okay day, but there's some rain showers in the forecast for the weekend. I'll break it all down coming up in just a bit. Kristen?
Thanks, Peter. This month marks 10 years since the final class graduated from Duluth Central High School, and the district closed the building's doors for good. The school opened in 1971 and closed due to dropping enrollment across the district. At the time, the school board decided there wasn't enough students for 3 Duluth high schools. It was called the Red Plan. District lines were redrawn, and Central students were then separated between Denfeld and Duluth East. But now, a decade later, with a price tag of almost $8 million, the vacant building remains untouched and unsold. CBS 3's Natalie Grant shares a behind-the-scenes look and explains what could be next for the building's future.
For decades, Duluth Central's halls were filled with the hustle and bustle of students. Matt Shaleen has fond memories of those days. He attended Central from 1996 to 1999. After his graduation, Shaleen stayed in Duluth. He's now the director of Carpel's Manuscript Library Museum.
But it was kind of fun going to Star Trek. I mean, because I grew up running home from the bus to try to hit record on the VHS player in time. It was much more of a sense of community than you would usually expect in a high school.
Shaleen looks back at his years at Central with a smile, remembering places like the music classrooms, cafeteria, and the spectacular views of Lake Superior.
It really gives you a sense of belonging in a city when you can just look around and see the whole city all the time.
But today, the 78-acre property is quiet and empty. Central's final class of Trojan seniors graduated in 2011, and the district has been waiting for the right buyer ever since.
While some areas of the land have been maintained, others seem to be preserved in history, untouched over the last 10 years.
The Hilltop property is listed at $7.9 million, not including the $2 million it would take to demolish the school. It also doesn't include 25 acres the district plans to hold on to relocate their transportation facilities. District representatives say they have come close to deals to sell the school over the years, but none have gone through yet.
Anytime you're thinking about facilities and schools and things that people have such memories in, there's a deep connection. It's important for us to think about that as we're moving forward.
Superintendent John Magus, who has only been with the district since May of 2020, has come to understand the importance of Central High to the Duluth community.
If there is a buyer and when there is a buyer, I think thinking about how can this be developed in a way that really continues to take Duluth forward in positive ways. There's such a beautiful view, and I think it's important that's shared with the community and shared with whatever development is here.
Shaleen agrees. Shocked by the news of its closure in 2011, he has always wanted to roam the halls one last time.
The first thing I do right when I went into the Commons is I would go up the stairs about halfway, and then there's the barricade just looking over the Commons. I would stand right there, soak it in, let myself feel whatever I need to feel, and then I'd probably sit down in the auditorium for a while. that would be a huge nostalgic space for me.
But now he hopes whoever ends up purchasing the land creates a space where he can bring his children to share his memories of the school on the hill.
I would just really enjoy seeing that concrete barricade come down, and I would look very, very much forward to bringing my family up there and just being allowed to be at the edge of it and say, this is how I grew up.
It costs Duluth Public Schools about $100,000 a year to still minimally maintain Central High School. Over the years, the district has had offers from other charter schools to restore and reopen Central, but say they do not want to sell to another school and compromise enrollment again. District representatives say they are currently in serious talks with a potential developer. They were not able to disclose what could become of the land. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, you may have noticed more bees buzzing about this summer in the Northland. Why one beekeeper says they're thriving.
And satellite and radar scanning dry for the region on this Thursday night, but there might be some rain showers that's come to call for the weekend. We'll take a closer look at it coming up in just a bit.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, weeknights on CBS.
Would you like to lose a pound of fat a day?
You know, everyone just treats me a little bit differently, a little bit better. You know, I feel more comfortable in social situations.
Before, when I walked by a mirror, I would duck. I wouldn't look. Now it's like, where's that girl?
Order online or call today for a free consultation.
Make the most of every property with landscaping equipment that delivers more. More productivity. More comfort. More durability. And more of what it takes to get the job done right. When your reputation is on the line, you need the Kubota landscaping lineup. Visit your local dealer today.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call the number on your screen and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month. So call now and make going to the dentist carefree.
Call 1-800-945-8449 to receive your free Carefree Dental Card information kit.
Why get your COVID-19 vaccine? We all have a reason to get fully vaccinated, like
getting back to business,
finally having people over,
living more worry-free.
That's living fully. It's why millions of Americans, more than half of U.S. adults, have already got a COVID-19 vaccine. You can too. Get your COVID-19 vaccine at vaccines.gov.
I lost a ton of weight, 93 pounds. I feel good, I look good. 75 days on the program. I've lost 53 pounds, 41 and a half inches. You're not hungry.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement.
The entire nation is losing its honeybee population at an alarming rate. Between April of 2020 and this April, bee losses across the country average more than 45%. That's according to data from a Bee-Informed Partnership study. This study shows that Minnesota has seen similar losses. CBS 3's Alexander Libby spoke with a local beekeeper to see if Northland bees are taking the same hit.
Mark Walters, also known as the Honey Guy, is a third-generation beekeeper. He operates one of the bigger bee farms here in Duluth.
For people that have 1 or 2 hives, they think I'm a real big deal because I got 30. But compared to the commercial people, they have hundreds, thousands of hives.
Walters says he knows there's an issue with dropping bee numbers across the country, but he says his are doing better than ever. They even made it through the winter.
Oh, look at that. That is awesome. But locally here in Duluth, just looking at At my bees, in my 4 places I keep them, they seem to be doing really good.
Walter says his bees are thriving because Duluthians do a good job keeping the bees fed without using dangerous chemicals.
All my bees are right in the city of Duluth, so it's just about an ideal situation because everyone's got gardens and fruit trees.
Walters blames the large industrial farms in the southern half of the state on the declining numbers. He says they use large amounts of chemicals and pesticides. Walter says locally the best thing gardeners can do to save the bees is limit their use of chemicals.
And if you just follow the directions on whatever you happen to be using, that's a big thing.
If you are looking for more data on the nation's bee population or want to learn more about local beekeeping, we have a link on our website.
And just about 24 hours ago, we started to see the thirst of our severe thunderstorms begin to roll through the region, and they really produced quite the vivid lightning show. This was filmed by our own meteorologist, Caitlin Moffett, earlier this morning, or I guess nearly 24 hours ago, at about 1 and 2 in the morning. And as you can see, just a lot of intra-cloud lightning, cloud-to-cloud lightning that really lit up the sky vividly last night. As far as how much rain we got for us here in Duluth, it was just about 1/10 of an inch of rain. But as you can tell, we still need all the rain we can get, because if you look at that monthly departure number, we're nearly 2 inches in deficit just for the month of June alone. And all that, there was a little bit of rain, especially for us here in Minnesota, ranged from, say, a few 1/100ths of an inch up to a 1/10 in some places. But Wisconsin, as well as the UP, they really capitalized on some of that rain, coming in between 1/4 and, say, even a 3/4 of an inch of rain for some places, which is really much needed rain. As you can see, the drought monitor, which was just released earlier this afternoon, really does tell the story just how much we need that rain. For most of us in that yellow highlighted region, that's abnormally dry, but then you can see off to the west, International Falls, Bemidji, Brainerd, all in that dark tan color. That is moderate drought right there, meaning we just need all the rain we can get. And there is some more in the forecast, but that is not for tonight, that's for sure. Satellite radar right now, scanning things dry across the region, and the clouds are also on the diminished right now as well. Your forecast for tonight, mostly clear skies overhead for a good portion of the night tonight. Actually be a great night to get outside and see the full moon. It's the full strawberry moon, which is the last super moon of the season, so a good night to go out there and view the moon if you want to. But as we begin to head in towards Friday, we see a few more clouds begin to fill in. Friday, a few more clouds overhead, but not a complete washout or anything by any means. I still think we see plenty of sunshine, though. And as we head towards Saturday, though, we begin to see more clouds fill in, as well as some rain showers for the day on Saturday. Saturday doesn't look to be a washout by any means, but something you're going to want to keep an eye on. Probably have an umbrella handy as you head out and about. If you're heading to the Duluth Air Show, though, it's looking absolutely not great, but we got some rain showers overhead. So what we're dealing with right now is rain showers for Saturday and Sunday, probably 30% chance for the day on Saturday. 40% chance for the day on Sunday, with temperatures in the mid and upper 70s for both days. But here's how your forecast shapes up for the night tonight. 50s and 60s across the board for us here in Minnesota. 57 down by Lake, 60 on top of the hill. 55 in Silver Bay, 54 in Cloquet. Down in Wisconsin, they're sitting in the mid and upper 50s down there as well. Forecast for tomorrow is climbing into the mid and upper 80s down in Wisconsin. Up here in Minnesota, 70s and 60s closer to the lake, 80s the further inland you go. And here's how that 7-day forecast shapes up. We got the rain chance for Saturday and Sunday for the air show and the weekend. We clear things out for the beginning of the week, but then take a look at those temperatures. Mid and upper 70s across the board, so nice seasonable air.
Yeah, and you know, a mix of rain and warm weather isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah.
We all need it. Thanks, Peter.
Yep.
The Duluth Air Show is back this weekend, and we got a chance to catch up with one of the headliners today. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels Flight Demonstration Squadron is back in Duluth for the first time in a few years. The team prepares extensively for each show they do, and this one is no different. They practiced their acrobatics over the Duluth International Airport earlier today. Major Frank Zastafil, one of the pilots, loves the feeling of being in the air during their demonstrations.
It is an incredible feeling to be up in the air flying this demonstration. We fly 18 inches apart, which that is from the top of my head to the bottom of Boss's wing when we're flying our demonstrations.
You can catch the Blue Angels flying over Duluth Saturday and Sunday afternoon. Still to come, Florida officials say about 100 people are still missing after a condo complex collapsed early this morning. We'll have more next.
CBS 3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChevy.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChevy.com, a better way to buy.
Celebrate the savings during Home's anniversary sale. Everything is on sale, like this Stefan sofa for $599. Plus, no money down, special financing for 3 years, and free shipping. The anniversary sale ends Tuesday, only at Home Furniture.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Over the next 2 minutes, you'll learn about blood flow restriction therapy and how it could help you. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Essentia Health physical therapist Jared Eichhoff discusses blood flow restriction therapy, which stimulates muscle growth and strength gain by reducing oxygen delivery to muscle cells.
We more or less put a cuff either on the arm or the leg, and what it does is it pumps up and restricts blood to and from the limb, and you just work out with that on. We get strength benefits and muscle mass gains sooner in the rehab process with less weight. So in essence, a patient doesn't need to lift as much weight when they have the cuff on to get the same benefits as if they were lifting heavy. You can lift 40 pounds and get the same benefit as lifting 200 pounds without the cuff on.
Blood flow restriction therapy is versatile. It can be used by athletes looking to supplement their training or by post-surgical patients who want to get stronger faster while still respecting the rehab process.
We can put that cuff on and still do a really light exercise, and they're getting that much more benefit. We also see a lot of non-surgical patients as well, people who maybe have torn a rotator cuff muscle in their shoulder but don't want to have surgery. We can use this cuff and they can still lift really light weight to not stress the shoulder but get all the benefits of lifting heavy. Somebody with an ACL reconstruction, from that day that they start therapy to the day they can go back to sport, we're just shortening that time frame up significantly by using this.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about the health benefits of blood flow restriction therapy and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medicalinsight.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
During the anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express, all Thomas Cole and Luxuria mattresses are on sale, like this Eurotop Queen mattress for just $549. Plus, no money down, special financing for 6 years during the anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express.
Get your new John Deere tractor from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS 3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS 3. CBS 3 Sports is brought to you by Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment.
About 100 people remain unaccounted for after a South Florida beachfront apartment building partially collapsed early this morning. Surveillance video captured the moment the building collapsed just after 1:30 local time this morning. The search and rescue mission has pushed deep into the evening at the partially collapsed 12-story apartment building in Surfside. Rescue crews say they pulled 37 people from the wreckage, but at least one person was killed, and authorities fear the death toll could begin to climb. Kelly is joining us now for a look at what's coming up in sports.
Yeah, big day for a Solon Springs senior. You're not going to want to miss this story. He makes history at the WIAA state track meet. That's next in sports.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
Would you like to lose a pound of fat a day?
You have to weigh yourself every morning, and when you just see the pound go off every morning, it just keeps you going.
Step on the scale and you see the weight that you lost, and you're like, oh, this is so easy. Why didn't I do this before?
Order online or call today for a free consultation.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions.
this is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
MediaCom is winning awards across the U.S., keeping you connected, keeping you safe, rising to the challenge, challenging the limits. Thanks to our award-winning employees, never settling, never backing down, always planning ahead, and always getting better. MediaCom is proud to be named 2021 U.S. Best Managed Company by Deloitte and the Wall Street Journal.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway 13.
Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
We pick up the phone because it's ringing. Hello, this is Sam. That's simple human sense.
Ask J3 Insurance in Duluth if auto owners make sense for you.
I never thought that you could lose weight without working out, but this is one of those programs that you don't have to work out.
In the first 40 days, I lost 28 pounds.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Now, CBS 3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
His first track season, his first state title, and his school's first ever state champion. Callan Lisson had a pretty good day. Solon Springs welcomed home their first state champion earlier this evening. Lisson is not only a rookie track star, but he's a triple threat in the world of athletics, playing basketball and running cross country as well. He not only posted a new PR in his final race, cutting 2 whole seconds off his previous time to take the state title in the 400-meter race, but this is also his first year on the track.
Unreal. Like, it doesn't feel like any of it's real. It's like I just showed up and ran, and now I'm here, and it's weird. Like, it just flies by. The 400, it was my goal to try to get first, or even just podium. I was looking at the times beforehand, and I was just thinking, I was like, man, if I could get on the podium, I was like, it'd be great. And then once I got out there and started running, I was like, oh, I have a chance. And then I started to pass the kid that was close to me, and once I got in front of him, I knew I had it, and I started to get so pumped at the end there.
Unbelievable. Callan hopes that he was able to put on a display that small schools can do anything. He will be crossing the bridge next fall to attend UMD with the hopes of bringing his talents to Bulldog country on the track and on the basketball court. Stay tuned. Congrats to him. Well, the Huskies finally returned home tonight after playing 7 straight games on the road. It was Grandma's Marathon Volunteer Night, where many of the volunteers from the earlier this week's race filled the stands in their bright green T-shirts. Throwing out the first pitch was 2021 Grandma's Marathon winner Milton Rotique, along with 2019 winner Boniface Congan. We start here in the top of the second inning. Bucks up to bat, and a base hit through center field will send a runner home. Bucks get on the board first. It's 1-0. Now, top of the fourth, Bucks have a runner on second. Sac fly gets them a 2-0 lead over the Huskies. The Huskies and Bucks add a few more runs to the board, but the Bucks walk away with the 8-5 win. Well, to the pros, 6 out of 10. That is how many the Minnesota Twins have won. Not bad, but still coming into tonight as the 5th-ranked team in the AL Central, facing fellow AL Central opponents, Cleveland, who are 21-12 against AL Central teams. Twins getting right to the board, though, in the top of the first. 2 on base. Wild low pitch by J.C. Maya. Scores Luis Arraez. What a work. Twins lead 1-0, but a 3-run 8th propels the Indians to a 4-1 win. Well, longtime Bulldog fans will surely remember Dave Haxtell, a As head coach at North Dakota, Hackstall took his alma mater to the Frozen Four in his first year and 7 times total in 11 seasons. Today, it was announced that he has been named the head coach of the NHL's newest franchise, the Seattle Kraken. Hackstall previously spent 3 seasons with the Philadelphia Flyers as a head coach, where he led the Flyers to the Stanley Cup playoffs twice in his 3 years as head coach.
You know, I've always had humility as part of the group. Humility in the right sense, really, it allows you to respect this game, and the game deserves a respect. You know, those are some of the different elements that lead us to the opportunity that we have here in terms of building tradition.
Well, buckle up, folks. It's going to be a good NBA playoffs. The NBA's Eastern Conference Finals began last night in Milwaukee. The Bucks hosted Atlanta for Game 1. Both teams considered underdogs to make the conference finals when these playoffs began, but clutch performances from their stars lifted them to the cusp of a championship. Nail-biter into the second half as things were all tied up at 96 in the fourth quarter. Hawks do get the edge over the Bucks to win a close one, 116-113. Game 2 is set for tomorrow night in Milwaukee. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Now is the time to improve your home comfort system. Explore our rebate page to save money.
For your heating and cooling needs, call the people with the right solutions. Carlson Duluth Company, servicing the Twin Ports and the Iron Range communities.
Spring is here, and we have all your cycling needs covered. Need folding tires, shorts, parts, or helmets? We have them. Want an e-bike? We have those too. Need a shock repair? We can do it. Stop into Twin Ports Cyclery today.
From morning coffee runs to family trips, away games, campouts, and weekend projects. No adventure is too big for the Honda lineup with available all-wheel drive. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe, let's keep each other safe, Minnesota.
People with disabilities and people feeling the effects of aging. Roll up your sleeves and stay safe. Sign up today for Minnesota's Vaccine Connector program. Join the millions of people who have safely received a COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best thing you can do to support our local businesses and safely return to a more normal lifestyle. For further assistance, contact your COVID community coordinator at Access North.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS 3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS 3.
If your home is too hot or too cold, Carlson Duluth Company will help improve your home's comfort with advanced technology and heating and cooling while saving money on your energy bills. Call the experts. Carlson Duluth Company, serving the Twin Ports and Iron Range communities.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
A group of young entrepreneurs held a lemonade stand to raise money for the Duluth Police Foundation. The kids set up shop in Duluth's Woodland Pleasant View neighborhood today. 7-year-old Kelly Sanoa, whose father works for the police, said this is a really important cause to support.
I think they would buy new stuff with it to help them take out all the crimes and put all the bad people in jail.
The Duluth Police Foundation focuses on safety initiatives, technology, and training for Duluth police officers. Hey, the kids made $1,500 today, and they still have some donations coming in through Venmo. How about that? When I did lemonade stands, we didn't have Venmo.
Absolutely not. Well, that looks like some good lemonade.
No.
bring some to the station.
Yeah.
We'll chip in. We'll give you a good tip.
Give you an extra tip.
I was just going to say, I saw the sign, Venmo accepted. I'm like, wow.
Modern day lemonade
Yeah,
stand.
21st,
Pay, you know,
21st century
scan your
lemonade right
watch.
there.
I love it. All right, well, I don't think we have time for weather now because we were talking so much about lemonade, but that's okay. Thank you for joining us. We will see you tomorrow, Friday.